Next thing I'd like to touch on briefly is our expression system, the ES system. Something that plagues, I think, acoustic guitars to this day is how do you make them sound good amplified? How do you make an acoustic guitar sound like an acoustic guitar at high levels on stage? So the ES system. For years we cut big holes in the side of our beautiful guitars and we stuck Fishman or whatever brand, transducer systems in it. And basically most of the pickup systems in guitars, acoustic guitars at the time, were based off of piezo, pressure-based systems where you had a transducer underneath the bridge of the guitar that was really amplifying string pressure over the bridge, not really amplifying the guitar. And they all sort of have the same tonal characteristics. They all sort of sound similar. And a lot of people's ears have been trained that that's just what acoustic guitars amplified sound like. It's kind of bright, it's kind of thin sounding. The louder you get, the more kind of shimmery it gets. You lose some of the warmth. It's been a problem. So the first big shift I remember is they started putting microphones in there to blend the two. So we put a little microphone in our guitar to sort of get it and blend that with the thing, and that was better. That was a lot better. But we knew there was another way it could be done. So a guy named David Hostler, who works for Taylor, brilliant guy, spent years developing an idea. And the whole thing was we wanted a truly all-magnetic system, because magnets are like microphones. That's how microphones work. We wanted it to be as much like a microphone on the acoustic guitar as we could get. So what we came up with was this system that blends a body sensor that senses vibrations off the top of the guitar, which we've talked about is where a lot of the sound from the acoustic guitar comes from, and that's blended with the string sensor underneath the neck, which is really very similar to a humbucking pickup like on any electric guitar out there in the other room. It's just that one coil of our humbucking pickup is right here, sensing this, and the other one that bucks the hum or cancels out the noise is actually under here in the bracing. They're actually split coil humbuckers, which do the same job. We could have never stuck that pickup under there if we didn't have the NT neck that pops off and gives you that space. That's really why we say some innovations lead to others. So we have those two things, taking sound, different parts of the sound of the guitar, blending it into this really brilliant, simple preamp that was co-designed by Rupert Neve, who is just a brilliant man in the world of sound recording, and basically any big record you heard from the 80s through now, Rupert Neve's equipment was used in recording it. He's just top-level guy. So they blend the sound together to really do and create the goal of what we started out to make your guitar just louder. Not, your guitar's bridge and the strings, but the whole guitar just louder. That's the expression system. All you need is a volume, bass, and treble control, and you're good to go. We think it's a better way of doing it. Early versions, some people might know, and I get this question a lot, had 2 body sensors. We found over time you really didn't need it. It actually created too many overtones, and 1 body sensor was better sounding. So that's where we're at now. We've had some changes throughout the years. They started out AA batteries, now it's a 9-volt battery that's here, goes right there, and you're good to go. People look at that and say, yeah, but you have a transducer right there. That's actually a string ground. So anyway, that's the ES system in a nutshell, and I would encourage you to grab one of our guitars that has the ES system, and almost everything in here has it. Sit down with an acoustic amp or something, and then play it acoustic, and then amplify it and just listen. It should be that guitar, just louder, and see what you think. So, any questions there on any of that? Yes, sir.
Is there a switch in there too that does something with the?
Yes. Yeah. So we had guys who. A lot of people play guitars in, say, like an orchestra. Think New York City on Broadway, they play their acoustic guitar in the orchestra, and they need to just fit a certain spot. They don't need to be, I'm a big acoustic guitar player guy. No, you need to just be like rhythm guy right here. So the body sensor has a lot of overtones and gives you the warmth of the guitar. You can cancel this out and use only the string sensor by this little white dip switch right there. You reach in, you flip that off, and that turns on or off your body sensor pickup. Gives you just a more narrower tone of your guitar that could be useful in certain situations. Gives you more options, really. So, and a quick way to see if you have an older expression system is if there's 2 switches there, that means you have the 2 body sensor setup. So you can cancel one, cancel the other. We were getting a lot of reports of people canceling one, and that's kind of what led us, I think, down the road to a single body sensor.